What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Tash Technique, where there's no rules in beauty, just techniques. So if you've been following along on my last few videos, you're gonna know two things. You're gonna know, number one, that I'm like absolutely new to YouTube, so your girl is struggling a little bit, but I'm here again. Gotta get these videos out, gotta get everything popping. And number two, you will know that my content is going to be majorly do-it-yourself, hairstyling, anything about hair, even occasionally be performing hairstyles on like friends and family and things like that, because I just overall love to do hair. So I got to thinking, I was like, all right, so I'm about to start this new journey, and before I get hot and heavy on this journey of making content surrounding do-it-yourself hairstyling and just hairstyling in general, I felt that it was important that I come on and I talk about my issues and my experience with alopecia. Yes, you heard me right. And it's more common than you ever know, but I too, as much as I love hair, suffer from alopecia, and I lost my hair, a considerable amount of hair on the top of my head. I have this covered, but my hair is there. It's just the way that I have my hair folded over. But I'm going to insert some pictures throughout from this point moving forward, so you can see exactly like what my hair did, how I lost my hair. And it's not like it's something that just happened overnight. I seen signs that something was going on with my hair, but I just tried to avoid it because I wasn't really sure what was going on. And I believe I was in a sense of denial that I had all this hair on my head. I had just went natural like the previous year before, or maybe 2 years before, because all of this started around 2012, 2013-ish. So I'm just going natural. I did the big chop. My hair is growing. It's getting long. I'm doing all these different styles. I'm washing everything. And then I'm starting to notice as I'm doing my routine that it just looks like my hair is getting thinner and thinner, like right straight down the middle every time I'm in the mirror doing my hair. And I'm like, well, hold on. What? Like, what's going on here? Even so much to the point where I started to ask my husband, like, hey, do it look like my hair is getting thinner right here? And he like, girl, ain't nothing wrong with your hair. Your hair is fine. So just hearing him say that just made me feel like, okay, well, maybe it's in my head. So I put it to the back burner. I just continue on for months, just styling my hair as usual, not really paying it no mind, until I noticed when I was washing my hair, I was losing a considerable amount of hair. Not just regular shedding, because your hair is going to shed. I was losing a lot of hair. So it's only fair, before I get on this journey of styling, that I have this conversation, for not only for you guys, for myself, because although I have had success of growing my hair back, my hair is still thinner there. It's still kind of touch and go. And through going to the dermatologist, they did let me know that, you know, my hair grow back. It can grow back, but it potentially will go away, or I will lose that hair again. Well, not going, it's been some years now. I haven't lost it, but I've already come to terms that that could happen. That's why it's so important to me that I started this journey with making these videos and just really like throw myself into the world of hair, because I love hair, and I know eventually one day I may not have the hair to create these beautiful styles. So my goal for this video is to give you guys 9 things that either I started doing or I stopped doing in order to grow my hair back. So 9 things, and it's not in any particular order. It's just 9 things that I did that helped me grow my hair back. So let's get into the first one. So the first thing that I stopped doing was I stopped deep conditioning my hair. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Well, it's not the first thing, that's just number 1 on the list. I stopped deep conditioning my hair because I felt as if just feeling the texture of my hair and how my hair was feeling back at that time, I felt like putting that deep conditioner in my head, just letting it sit over a period of time to soften up the hair, it was all good, but I felt like that was contributing to the hair coming out more because of the fact that the deep conditioner was doing what it was supposed to do. So it was softening the hair. And because my hair was so fragile in that area, I noticed that I felt like when I went to wash the deep conditioner out, that's when I noticed that I felt like I was losing more hair. So I just stopped deep conditioning and I just started using a regular conditioner, and I put it on and just like immediately rinsed it out. I did not let the conditioner sit in my hair for any duration or long period of time. I do deep condition my hair now, but when I was in the process of growing my hair back, I stopped. So number 2, the second thing that I started doing was I started wearing glueless wigs. Glueless wigs was my jam the whole time I was trying to grow my hair back. Now, I didn't want to have to wear wigs every day, but I felt that wearing the glueless wigs, I was able to, and I'm going to insert the picture of how my hair looked up under the wig here somewhere. But if you notice, I have 2 braids going down the side, and then I have the little patch in the middle where my hair came out at. So wearing the glueless wigs, I was able to have the wig on, have my hair done while I went to work or if I went out, and it was all fine. And then when I came home, I was able to take my wig off nightly, and I didn't necessarily take the 2 braids out on the side, but I massaged and like worked with my scalp for the area that was open, and I was able to do that because I wore glueless wigs, which worked out in my favor because as the months went on, I was able to see the results of my hair growing. So that was the second thing that I did. So number 3, I started using the Suffer 8, what is it called? Like, it's kind of like the grease. I'll link either the link or a picture here somewhere. So I started using this, and then I also started using the Suffer 8 shampoo. And I still use both of those today religiously. Like, you can't tell me nothing about these 2 products. I really feel like these 2 products just single-handedly is a big contribution to why I was able to grow my hair back. That's just personally how I feel. So I use the shampoo, and I use the it's like the grease, and I will grease my scalp with the grease. So that's number 3. Number 4, I started washing my hair twice a week. So like every 3 to 4 days I was washing my hair. Number 5, I stopped wearing tension styles or the hairstyles that created tension. Like I stopped wearing braids. I stopped wearing like high ponytails. For the most part, I stopped wearing ponytails at all because, like I said, when I wore those wigs, I just had the cornrows going back, and I would just have the wig over my hair. So no ponytails, very minimal ponytail holders, no braids, nothing that created any type of pulling to my hair. So I stopped until I felt like my hair was strong enough and it started to grow out enough where I felt comfortable with wearing those styles again. But even still, like I have braids in my hair now, and my hair, it never got back thicker up here. So while my hair grew back, it's still pretty thin. So if you look at my braids, even when I'm still like, they're kind of small. You probably can't see them, but they're like a little bit smaller. Like, see, that one is thinner. It's smaller than the rest of my braids because the hair is still so thin there. But I'm extra careful if I wear braids with working with that area where I had the loss from, because I don't want to aggravate it. And I want to wear my braids. Like, who don't want to wear braids? But I just try to be extra careful with that section of hair. Number 6, and I already mentioned this early, but I started massaging my scalp. So with those two braids to the side and then the hair that's in the middle, I started really like going in and just like rubbing down on my scalp with my fingers, like the tips of my fingers, like the balls of my fingers. I would go in and just like massage the product into my scalp in this motion that I'm doing now. I would go around like this. I would just really like get in here and massage my scalp, which massage your scalp, people, just because, not even if you don't have hair loss, that's just a good way to promote hair growth in general by massaging your scalp. Tip number 7, I tried to, I'm not saying that I did it 100%, but I really tried to. I tried to stop stressing because I know my stress level back then was like through the roof. And I know that was a big factor of my hair loss. Although the term of the type of alopecia that I have is called, I just looked up this word too because I knew I probably would forget how to pronounce it. Citricia? Citricia? Hopefully I said that right. But it's kind of like it's also known as scarring alopecia. So I tried to stop stressing, and I felt like once I was able to stop stressing, then I did notice that my hair was starting to grow back some. So that's number 7. Number 8, I started paying attention to the products that I was using in my head, and I started paying attention to the tools that I was using. So for instance, if I had shampoo that I bought a big bottle of, like, I'm almost embarrassed to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I know I'm not the only one who did this at that time, and still guilty in some senses, and I need to get better. But this is a channel of truth, and we gotta be realistic because I know I'm not the only one, or wasn't the only one. But back then particularly, I try to make sure, you know, everything has an expiration date. So just trying not to use expired product. Using the shampoos and conditioners that was for my hair type. So you may live in a home with 4 people, but if all of y'all have different hair needs, your shampoo and conditioner might not be a one size fit all. Like if your husband hair is so dry that if you look at it hard enough, it'll start a fire. Not saying that that's what's going on my husband's hair, because it's not. But I'm just using that as an example. He may need a shampoo for dry hair. If my hair is thin, I might need a shampoo for thin hair. Like, everything has a purpose. So I just started paying attention to the purposes of the products that I was using, just to make sure it was fitting for what was going on with my hair. And that's just something that I still do to this day. I'm trying to just be more in tune with using the right products for my hair type. And then also, like, hot tools, making sure that if I'm using flat irons or using hair dryers and things like that, just because it goes up to 450 degrees do not mean that you're supposed to flat iron your hair on 450 degrees. Just because there's 3 levels of heat on the hair dryer does not mean that because you're trying to get your hair dry fast, you just go to the highest setting on the hair dryer. So just taking into consideration things like that, just making sure that I'm finding like that sweet spot when I'm using like hot tools, even down to like combs and brushes and things like that. If my brush is taking out more hair than what's left on my head, then that's probably not the right brush. I probably need to do a little bit more research and make sure that my brush is right, make sure that my combs and everything is right. So yeah, I know that was a bit long, but that's very important that you pay attention to your products that you're using. And last but not least, I started clipping or dusting the ends of my hair. So all of the hair that was around here, I started like really giving myself a hair clipping regimen, which now is once a quarter. I go in and I clip my ends. But specifically for that area that was on top, and I wish I had my hair out so you guys can see like how my hair, I mean, it's longer now. It's just thin. You can still tell that it doesn't match up with the rest of my hair. But it's longer. It's not as long, but it's just thin. But I started to, like, as my hair was growing out, I started like clipping away at the ends as my hair was growing out. And then just really was making sure that after I clipped my ends that I was oiling the ends of my hair. And that's what I did. So there you have it. Those are the 9 things that I stopped and started doing to help grow my hair back. Again, I am still suffering from alopecia. It's not completely a done deal, but on this journey of just really like sharing with you guys like how I upkeep my hair and do my hair and things like that, I feel like I'm ready to like get into it, like treating my hair or treating my alopecia on a higher level, because I just want to see if it can grow, like if it can really get back full. Like it's growing back, but now I want to see if I can get that spot where I lost my hair fuller. And I believe that I can. I really do believe that I can. I hope you guys was able to get something out of this short video talking about my journey and just dealing with my alopecia. And hopefully it was something that helped. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up to let me know you like it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you found any value in this content, that's another reason to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And that's all I have for today. Oh, also, drop me some comments below. Let me know if you have any issues going on with your scalp. If you do, what are some things that you're doing that maybe that can help the community out? Because this is a topic that's very, it hits home a lot, and a lot of us are suffering with it, but we just are either at a point we don't know what to do or how to treat it. I almost got to the point where I almost just cut all my hair off because I just didn't know what else to do. And I'm so happy that I did not cut my hair off. I did have a lot of nights that I'm gonna be honest that I cried about it, because I'm like, why is this happening to me? Why am I losing my hair? Like, what am I doing? I take care of my hair. What's going on? So the fact that I was able to catch it before it got worse, although I probably could have caught it a lot sooner if I would have just went with my intuition. So I guess that's like the bonus that you need to start doing. Start going with your intuition. If you know yourself better than anybody else. If you're looking at your hair and you feel like it's thinning or it's not the same or the texture fell off, because one thing about my texture was it started to feel like doll baby hair. I know that seems probably weird to say, but it wasn't the same. Like the way it feels now doesn't feel the way that it felt back then. It literally felt like if you got a doll baby from the store and it was like that silky, brassy feeling. I can't really explain it, but if you know, you know. It felt like doll paper hair. So, doll baby hair. I said doll paper. It felt like doll baby hair. So, it was just a few things that I knew was not right that I just kept trying to ignore. So don't ignore your intuition. If you feel like something's not right, start doing some research, start figuring out how you can counter it, even if you feel like you haven't really lost the hair yet. But if you're feeling that it's not right, go with your intuition, because something probably is coming down the pipeline. So alright, I'm gone for real, y'all, this time. Bye. Alright, so I will see you guys on the next one. I just wanted to hop in, share some photos, and really just talk about my alopecia journey, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.